Alright, now I'm about ready to talk to you. Now that I've ransacked all of your documents.
Do you normally barge into people's private workspaces?
She clearly doesn't know who she's talking to. Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
Why? Because of those hiss things the Rangers keep going on about. Haven't you people sorted that out yet? The situation down here could spell doom for the Bureau.
You mean this mold?
Correct. Perhaps you could help me. I require samples of various mold strains, and the mold has made the environment far too dangerous for me to fetch them myself.
Really? Mold samples? I thought this could spell doom.
It could, and it will, whoever you are. The mold is spreading. We need to find the source before it spreads too far.
And these samples will do that?
No. Samples of 5 unique strains, when blended properly, will allow you to travel deeper into the pit where I've pinpointed the approximate location of the source of the mold.
Okay. So what do these samples look like?
Similar to the one on my table there. I've made a list of the samples I need. Here. You'll find them throughout the threshold.
I'll take a look. My name's Jesse, by the way.
I'm sure it is.
Alright, well, that screen really filled up with text for a second there in the middle. Alright, am I ever gonna tell her who I am?
Have you worked at the FBC very long?
Not long enough to understand their inane methodology. They want me to solve the mold, but how is one to solve anything when the basic molecular structure of this fungus is an utter enigma?
Oh, sorry, are you asking me?
It's rhetorical. The Bureau wants to control, not comprehend. But to answer your question, I'm a seasoned threshold researcher that's been brought in on a provisional basis to resolve this matter.
That's all you had to say. What have you learned about the mold?
Firstly, the term mold is a gross oversimplification used only to ease communication. That said, the mold itself appears to be the product of complex microorganisms. They spin the mold, building structures like minuscule cities, swiftly colonizing our dimension, and the speed of these tiny engineers relative to their size is simply staggering.
So it grows fast.
If you're not going to listen, then why did you ask?
So the mold is coming in from where?
We don't have a name for the threshold dimension. The origin point has been identified, but the density of the fungus makes it impossible to enter. Even if we could, I speculate that we would only find a reality entirely subsumed by the fungus. Total decomposition.
It's weird how excited she is, right? What do you know about the hiss?
How could I know anything about an entity I've only just learned of? This is exactly the Bureau's problem. My work is always interrupted by these superfluous matters.
Calm down. Just keep your HRA on and I'm sure you'll be fine.
This crude thing. I thought it was Darling's idea of a practical joke.
Not quite. Just keep your head down while I handle the hiss. I need to get going.
Try not to transport any spores outside the infected areas.
She thought it was his idea of a practical joke. We should probably make it really clear to her that wearing that keeps her alive, and if she takes it off, she dies. Because also, shouldn't I be wearing one of these if I'm gonna deal with these molds? Like, am I really that invincible? And I seem weirdly self-assured of how invincible I am. It's uncomfortable. It's distressing. I get worried about mold in normal life.
Sweet down here. Suddenly I'm really hungry.
No.
How does mold tastes?
No. No. Oopsie, blew myself up. Do not try the mold. We've been over this. Oh, it's a little weird that I didn't have these thoughts the last time I came down here. Only after the story explained it to me. Just would have been kind of interesting to hear this dialogue if I came down here, because I came down here before without context, because I just found a way to sneak in. It would have been amusing just to hear those lines completely out of context, not knowing why she was saying it. I'm like, what do you mean, what? Don't eat it. Because now I know it's the mold tries to get you to eat it. Pink flamingo supplement. Agents notice a transient commonly found outside of the entrance of the Bureau headquarters would carry the item and loudly claim to be responsible for the lack of inclement weather. The frequency of these claims attracted the personal interest of Dr. Darling. In interviews disguised as casual conversations, the transient reported the item gives me clouds when it's hot and sun when it's not. An event of note occurred during a heavy downpour when the vagrant was witnessed performing a possible ritual with the item. Dr. Darling reported a wait of blip seconds before the rain stopped. The vagrant was seized the next day after he was found to possess no and was released. The item remains in Bureau custody under suspicion of altered status, though it has still not been proven. All known variations of identification formulas have failed to elicit a response from the item. Curious. What if it's not the item? What if he just thought it was the item, but it was actually his power, and he's the person with powers? Do people have powers in this universe?
Are those people?
Kill it. Kill it dead. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Ow. Stop. Okay, well that's not good. These things are nightmares. Ah. Really hard to aim from this far off. But I have my ways. Alright, so I came here before and there was a bit of a risk because they could shoot at me from very long ranges. So whatever was shooting at me from that range was a huge... Oh shit, I'm gonna die. It begins again. Please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. Yep. Fuck. Jesus Christ. It's so fucking dangerous here. I also am getting really good at dying right when I'm on the cusp of reaching 50 kills. No, you asshole. Who makes these checkpoints? Really? Where the shit, which way do I go? Who makes checkpoints this far out? Just at least have one in the zone. Ow. This is what happens when I have to backtrack so far, as I start taking risks to try to make the trip shorter. As far as I can tell, if I dash at the last second, I can survive basically any fall. But I have to actually fall correctly, otherwise I just die. I don't know if I can fall straight down at this kind of distance. There we go. Son of a bitch. The checkpoint should at least be like here, in this room. All the way up there is a really far distance back. Oh, there we go. Like I gave this whole speech again. Areas under quarantine, I would recommend going in there, and even if you have due clearance, I still would recommend. I've heard it like 3 times now. He starts the whole thing over. Alright, there we go. Pew, 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 pew. Ow, stop. Ow. These guys do so much damage. Am I hitting him? Oop, he's hitting me. Ah. I'm about to die again. What the... Holy shit. Okay, which... Yeah. That's probably what I'll have to do. Help me. Ah, Jesus. Those attacks do so much damage and they home in on you. That's just a bad time. That's a real bad time. Picnic basket procedures. Item to be stored in a black rock paneled cell. Keep away from lab animals when not in use. A simple wicker basket with cloth lining. No food items inside. The item produces a hypnotic effect that solely affects non-human animals from every genus and species that have thus far been tested are susceptible. Single-cell organisms do not appear to react to the effect. Appendix 697. Item was taken to a forest upstate for testing. Results of the test provided contradicting data, as some of the attracted animals exhibited hyper-aggressive behavior. The exercise unfortunately resulted in probably someone's death, I'm guessing. Further testing should be restricted to more low-risk animal species with medical staff on standby. Did they get attacked by bears? Hey, hey, Yogi! It's a picnic basket! I don't. That's all I've got for you guys. I think that's what they're going for with that. It's like an evil edgelord Yogi. Jesus, I'm dying. Okay, that chunk of floor. Oh, fuck you! I don't think I'm gonna like this zone. And the checkpoint being 3 years away is not gonna help. Holy shit. I keep finding more things that kill me about this area. So the floor, I'm just trying to run around and look at some lore, and like the floor kills you and like surprise projectiles come at me. Ah, shit. But perhaps worst of all is just like, I can't reliably find my enemies. Because my enemies look like those random stalks. They're not visually distinct from each other. There's random stalks everywhere that just sit there. And those things just are there, doing nothing. But mixed in amongst them are a bunch of similar looking silhouettes, but those ones are shooting homing projectiles at me.
Careful in there, man. Area's under quarantine. I wouldn't go in there. Even if you have.
He just gave the entire speech again, every time. Ah, shit.
This looks like a good one.
It's one of my goals? Ah, shit. No! Get out of here. Be gone with you. I've got no patience for your games. Oh, come on. Okay. That's some of the threats taken care of. The moment I stick my head out, something else will kill me, I'm sure. Ah, shit. I just want to live. God damn it. God damn it, why is this hard? Dude. This is ridiculous. Fuck. Come on. How long is this zone? Because, like, this is a problem so far. Oh, shit. Don't kill me. A, B, C, D. So I already found E, I guess. I don't think I can jump that from here. Let's go this way. Oh yeah, that's how you get up here. Here we go.
Found one.
I'm finding them in reverse alphabetical order, apparently. You can't dash upstairs. You crash into the stairs, and then the stairs explode around you. Ooh. Will this clean things up around here? Oh, if nothing else, it gives me a checkpoint. I can teleport to here, but although presumably I would spawn here when I die. Here we go. 3 down.
This must be one of the samples.
This must not be a huge zone then. Yeah. Probably a 1-episode mission. Everybody died. They're all dead. Dead, dead, dead. Might be a way to get up there. I'll just keep poking around. Maybe the last 2 will be over here. There's toilets everywhere. Welcome to the toilet cave where we keep all the toilets.
Gross. Underhill is gonna owe me for this.
Aren't you guys excited to shit on the wall? Oh, that's an arm coming out of the toilet on the wall. Not very good at flushing, huh? Shitter's clogged. Oh, this radio doesn't work. Maybe this way first.
This looks like a good one.
It got a lot darker in here.
That's all 5 samples. I should get these back to Underhill.
I want to look. Well, show me the television show. I want to see more. I think it's because the sample itself was emitting enough light that it was basically half the light in the room. It's pretty funny that the moment I was like, God, how long is this zone? This is brutal. I had just defeated the final enemy, and the zone is over, basically. Now I just walk around, pick up the things, and leave. Strange. Alright, well, good to have that behind me. Those things were bastards. A very high damage homing attacks. That can come at any moment.
You look like a woman with mold for me.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
I found all 5, but I kind of wanted to eat them.
The mold has that effect on some people. Likely due to the fact it's not actually mold or even of this dimension. I suspect it is the result of 2 incompatible molecular structures, one dominant, coming into contact. I call it mold or fungus because it's closer in appearance and behavior than anything else we know. Except perhaps bacteria.
She reminds me of my old biology teacher.
Did you happen to meet any more members of my ranger detail?
I didn't see any rangers. Just walking mold people. Unless...
Yes. If you found mold people, you found my rangers. I refer to the creatures as hosts. They, like other unwary agents, succumbed to the appetite. But that's nothing for you to worry about. The pill I'm about to make with these samples will make the lower level perfectly safe to traverse. It has the added benefit of immunizing you against the pit's toxic spores. Now leave me to it.
I need to get going.
Try not to transport any spores outside the infected areas.
That sounds bordering on impossible. How the fuck do I do that? They cling to everywhere in your body and they're like microscopic. Huh. Let's unpause for now. So I say done with the... I say done with the zone, but that's probably the brief intro to this place. Then we'll be back here again later. I feel like... Did she not warn me? I feel like she didn't warn me. I don't remember. It's a little hard to remember whether she warned me or not because I already knew from the document I read. It'd be messed up if she didn't warn me. Hey, don't eat it. Eating it's very bad for you. You're gonna become the deads. You're gonna be dead all over here. Very embarrassing for everyone. Alright, so let's get back on task for what I was doing before. Jesse goes to the containment sector to find the panopticon where Dylan is held. The containment shelter panopticon. Containment sector. So I need to go back to the main elevator upstairs, I believe, which lets you switch between all the different zones. Oh, here comes baddies. Are you ready to help me approach but not succeed at my 50 kills goal? Because boy, am I ready to get like 41 kills again. Weehoo. Hi. I don't got no time for aiming. And I'm terrible at it, apparently. It's so nice to be able to run and hit shift and tab. I'm used to being afraid of hitting that thing because tab often opens something useful and running is often shift. So, but I fall for that trap all the time on Steam games. There we go. And then in my Steam games, it opens the fucking Steam overlay, which still, like, I keep around because it's useful and I don't really want to remap it to something else because I'll have to remember that, and it also might be interfere with some other control for all I know, but as it does, I always have to remember not to run and hit tab at the same time in Steam games.
Sector. Panopticon. Altered items. Maximum security prison. Dangerous.
I gotcha.
sector, the Panopticon, is home to the altered items we find and contain. It is a maximum security prison. It's a vault for the most valuable treasures on Earth. It's a powder keg big enough to blow this world to dust. A temple, a place of worship filled with idols of angry gods. It's all of these, and none of them. It's something more profound, unbelievable, unknowable. Something worse. Altered items. We've found many. They appear mundane, but nothing could be further from the truth. They're all powerful, dangerous. They press heavy on our minds because that's their nature. They've been altered because we can't stop thinking about them. We put them on altars because they're used to being worshipped. This keeps them calm. We contain them, but they don't want to be controlled. We study them to discover what makes them tick. If this place were ever breached, it would be chaos of biblical proportions.
We put them on altars because they're used to being worshipped. What an interesting and distressing way to describe an inanimate object, but they're maybe not inanimate also. What a strange universe we found ourselves in. Are we doing shooty bang bang? Yeah, we are. Pew 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 pew. Pew. Pew 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 pew. Where's my projectiles? I thought I was throwing stuff at you. I couldn't see where they're coming from. There we go. Oh. Oh shit. Come on. Come around the corner, everybody. Come on by. I'm ready for y'all. I've got line of sight advantage. Come on. I don't know what just exploded. Oh, okay. There was a tank very close to me, apparently. Look how much less dangerous these guys are than what I was fighting before. Hey, you help me. There we go. Anyone else over there? You find them, right? No. Yep. I'm not good at taking advantage of this mind control ability. It's a little hard to get them to the threshold to use it. It feels a little dangerous to stand still long enough to actually mind control them. And then even when you have them, they're not necessarily as dangerous as me just throwing my big ass projectiles at people. Reminds me a little bit of God of War, where like I have my big favorite abilities, and then they keep giving me new abilities, but I'm like, these don't seem like upgrades at all. I'm just gonna keep doing the one I was already doing. Well then.